What a game we witnessed at Hyderabad. Sunrisers, my God, we thought they couldn't chase 180 plus. They only fell 4 short in the end. Chennai Super Kings 182 for 3 after being 54 at the halfway stage. Courtesy of blistering knock from Ambati Raidu, 79 of 37. In response, Kane Williamson did something that we didn't expect him to do, but we know he's capable of. 84 of 51 for the Sunrisers. Captain Deepak Chahar, what a fine spell with the new ball. 3 for 15 of his 4, including a maiden. And Rashid Khan, who went for runs with the ball, almost did the job with the bat. This is ESPN Cricket for Matchday Runorder, powered by Techno Mobile. Jimmy Faulkner, Sean Tate, Deepdas Gupta, Gaurav Sundaraman join Alexis Nunes and myself as we look ahead also to Rajasthan, Mumbai in just a little while from now. But let's look back at that game and figure, I mean, what an excellent game of IPL cricket, but where did it change for you?
For me, I think not enough support for Williamson. And if you look at Williamson, played almost a similar knock as Raidu, but Raidu had a Raina with him.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, nobody didn't have enough support from the other end.
Are you saying more support early on? Yusuf Pathan did strike a little at the end, but he needs someone in the top 4 or 5.
As in, listen, you need somebody to play that 50-run inning. I mean, basically, when you're chasing, what you try and do is kind of copy what the team batting first did. So obviously, someone like Williamson did what Raidu did, but needed somebody to kind of play the role what Suresh Raina did as well.
All right, Terry, thoughts on that chase? I mean, was it just a surprise that they got that close, or?
I don't think anyone was expecting at the start of their innings, but I think, to be honest, Hyderabad can take something out of that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good effort. I don't know what they're going to do with their next team, but you throw in a Hales type guy into that mix, and all of a sudden they're looking pretty good. But great innings from Williamson.
Jimmy, when teams, it's not like they lost heaps of wickets. They were 3 down early, but it was only 4 or 5 down. I think 5 down when Williamson was out, and at that stage comes in Saha again. That's the question we ask. Do they have enough 6 hitters at that point? Rashid Khan, sure, he can strike a couple, but this is the worry. It's Sunrisers, the kind of batsmen that they have. Even if they get themselves into these situations, if Kane Williamson doesn't bat through, they're going to fall short.
Yeah, they proved me wrong. I didn't think they'd get anywhere near it, especially after the first 6 overs, only had 40 on the board. And then Kane Williamson played a sensational knock. I think the turning point for me in the chase was when he started taking down the leg spin. He hit him for 3 sixes in that over. Got a lot of momentum. Then Yusuf came out. He showed the skill that he's got. And I'll tell you what, they'll be upset about that no ball, wouldn't they?
I was just going to come to that. It was second ball of, I think, the 17th over by Shardul Thakur between 3 cricketers. Clear no ball. It was this high, chest high.
It was a pretty ordinary decision, really. I mean,
and it's one of those where you think as a fan of a cricketer, why on earth can't you just tell the TV umpire to just call that?
Yeah,
spot on. Yeah. I think, the third umpire is going to get into the act there. Yeah. I think yesterday there was a no ball given, which wasn't a no ball.
Yes.
The third umpire is watching that, and all he has to do is call up the on-field umpire and say, listen, mate, you got that wrong.
And it's in this format that it counts for more. That's 1 extra run with the ball counted short. The next ball went for 6, effectively. But Jimmy, would you like to see a little more common sense prevail, or maybe a modification to the law? Because as of now, the law doesn't allow for the umpire to take help from the third umpire on those decisions.
I'd like it to be changed. And that one the other day, yesterday, was AJ Tye as well. It was the first ball of his spell. Like, what a way to start. When it's not a no ball, clearly not a no ball, and you get called for it. It's a shocker as a bowler. But then we see them go upstairs for run-outs when they're 2 metres past the crease, but then you can't go upstairs for something like that at a crucial moment of a game.
But that's the thing then. Before I go, I know I'm stretching this a little bit, but then if you go there, then where do you stop? Then should we go for wide calls as well, which are erroneous, which are inside the line at times? So that opens another sort of box. They check boundaries calls for ages to see if it's touched the boundary or not.
Maybe the bowling team gets two chances at it or something like that. You know what I mean? You get 2 goes at referring. If you feel like it wasn't a no ball, or was a no ball.
So maybe a non-wicket should be referred as well. Like
that's
like a wide or no ball.
What I believe is get the third umpire get involved a little more and let the umpires sort it amongst themselves. If third umpire sees something which is as blatant as that, if it's a marginal call, a 50-50, you don't get in. But if it's a blatant mistake, mistake like that, then I think the third umpire should get in.
And it's fair that it's not only wickets that cost people games. Things like that, decisions like that. Okay, let's move on quickly on the game itself. What have you observed, Gaurav? Tactically, they did something different. They didn't open with Saha. Williamson opened with Ricky Bhui, but that didn't work. You have to feel for Ricky Bhui. But what are the observations from this for Sunrisers?
I think from more from Sunrisers' point of view, yes, they did lose early because, like all of us discussed, they don't have those 6 hitters, and they tried to stretch the game as much as possible before they started attacking. That's what they have to do with such an attack, such a batting lineup. And with respect to CSK's bowling, I just thought they were slacking. They got a bit overconfident, and Bravo started bowling only after that Karan Sharma over. Till that, he not bowled. He finished only 3 overs. Ideally, you would want him to bowl 4. I just thought Dhoni waited slightly too late to bring in Bravo, and that 1 over kind of, I think it kind of woke him up, and he started bringing his best bowlers on.
Okay, to just talk a little of the first innings before we wrap the chat on this game, the Ambati Rayudu innings clearly the turning point, and I'm interested, Deep, as to the time that he sort of chose to attack. It was not the last 5 or 6, and we're seeing it more and more with teams now. As soon as they're in, they go, even if they've lost a couple of early wickets, and they attack in that middle phase.
So, as far as I see it, it's not about the first 6 or the last 5, because you're going to go the first 6 as hard as you can, irrespective of what total you're thinking. Same with the last 5. If you have wicket in hand, you will go for it. But it's the middle overs which makes the difference, and where you really don't know how hard to go. And that's where I think teams will start, try and calculate and strategize and say, listen, middle overs for me are the key, and that's where I think Ambati was very, very good.
And he's also won our special award, hasn't he, Alexis?
He has indeed. Well, we know that Chennai definitely have some batting power, and that's why one of theirs has won the Tata Nexon Best Strike Rate of the match. And as you can see, Ambati Rayudu, 79 runs off 37 balls, 9 fours, 4 sixes for a strike rate of 213, only just higher than his captain, the great MS Dhoni.
Well done, Ambati Rayudu. And so let's spare a moment for Ambati Rayudu's reaction after his bizarre dismissal. Normally, Ambati Rayudu gets a bit worked up, but calm, composed. Chennai Super Kings just brings a sense of calm. MS Dhoni brings a sense of calm, even if you're Ambati Rayudu. Very good. Shooting straight, Deep Das Gupta with me. Let's move our attention to the Savai Man Singh Stadium. The toss has already happened. We've gone into overtime thanks to Yusuf Pathan and 2 strategic timeouts. So Rajasthan and Mumbai will now kick off. 2 Mumbai boys that captain both these teams. And the news is that Rohit Sharma has won the toss, and Mumbai will bat first. They put on a good score against RCB and they managed to defend it. So maybe that's the mantra for them. But let's just get first thoughts. Mumbai batting first. So now it's not such a given that if you win the toss, you're going to chase. Shantet?
It's a big ground too. So batting first is probably not a bad option. Jimmy, that's your home ground there. You know more than me about it.
I like to chase that.
Who says you have to agree? Alright, big changes. Jofra Archer is in. It's about time. He didn't join the squad for a while, and he was also undergoing some rehabilitation after an injury. But if you look at the Rajasthan playing 11, 2 significant changes. Dhaval Kulkarni comes in, just the 1 outing for Stuart Binney. Both spinners keep their place. And Jofra Archer comes in for Ben Laughlin, who hadn't been the worst with the ball. They keep Henrik Klaasen. Will he continue to open? They've got Joss Butler, who did the role for the Mumbai Indians for the last couple of seasons. And of course, there we'll also have to see where Ben Stokes and Rahul Tripathi come out. But just thoughts on that selection, Jimmy Faulkner, bringing in Jofra Archer, but for Ben Laughlin.
Yeah, definitely it's a no-brainer to bring Archer in, but I'd stick with Lachlan. I think Lachlan's been the glue to their bowling makeup, and I think he'd only improve his game and take it to another level, having the support of the extra pace in Archer. So for me, I'd probably play a local at the top and keep that overseas spot for Lachlan.
Just very quickly before we hear more about Jofra Archer, would you have gone with that, or would you have dropped a Klaasen? You can't drop Stokes, I'm guessing.
No.
Butler, so then obviously it would have been between Klaasen and Lachlan.
Yeah, for me, it's a hard one. For sure, replacement with the batsman. I mean, I tend to agree with Jimmy a little bit. Lachlan, he's been bowling really well, and if you put another class bowler into that bowling lineup, which they need, it could have been a lethal combination. But the proof will be in the pudding later on anyway. But I'd swap the class and maybe Tripathi.
Yeah, move Tripathi up
in the batting order.
You happy with that? Because these two are Australian. I'm just making sure.
Well, that was my team first game for RR.
Right.
So, but I would agree with Sean there. I would rather see Klaasen at number 4-5 and Tripathi top of the order, or for that matter Sanju Samson top of the order.
All right.
Because that's where I've seen Klaasen bat, and he's batted really well against the Indian spinners back in South Africa.
Alexis, I think it's time for you to get busy.
Yes, it is, and it's time for all our viewers to get busy as well, because it's time for the very first poll now that we hear some of the team news. You just heard from our experts on the whole Archer for Lachlan. Was that the right move? They're not feeling it so much, even though they wanted Archer in. What do you guys think? If you think yes, it was the right move, just use that emoji, and use the angry emoji if you are against it. So you can look like James and Sean right now.
I don't think we're not against it. We just want them both in.
Exactly. So you're against that move.
All right, we need to know more about this man, Jofra Archer. I believe he can bat, he can bowl, he can field. It's quite something. Here's a little more on what we think will be Rajasthan's sensation.
Why did 5 franchises get into a bidding war to get Jofra Archer? After all, he has not played international cricket yet, nor has he played in the IPL. And his T20 career is no more than 2 years old. It's because this Archer holds a quiver that has many sharp arrows. Born in Barbados, this teenager was struggling to break through cricket circles until he was spotted by another Barbados-born England bowler, Chris Jordan, who took him along to Sussex. Archer not only impressed at the trial, he finished the 2017 County Championship as Sussex's leading wicket-taker in Division 2. But his real break came as a stroke of luck when BBL's Hobart Hurricanes flew him in as a late replacement for Tom Curran. Archer bowled a double-wicket maiden on debut and proceeded to light up the season with his fiery pace, consistent Yorkers and quick-fire runs down the order. His 17 wickets from 13 games at an average of 21 have made even 2 iconic ex-players sing his praise. Perhaps that's what IPL's bidders saw, and the bidding ended with Rajasthan Royals clinching him for 18 times his base price. Archer turns 23 before he plays his first IPL, and to justify his early stardom, you'll have to keep hitting bullseyes.
You a friend of Jofra Archer, Alexis?
Yes.
Yeah? Tell me more about it.
Well, I mean, I'm quite happy that he's playing now because I did speak to him last time and, just egging him on. I'm like, hey, when are we going to see you? Because I was trying to make sure that he was okay with the side strain that he had. And he said, well, look, I don't choose the team, but I am physically 100% ready. So I guess now it's the time to see if he really is.
And what part of the Caribbean was he originally from?
Barbados.
But he's obviously looking to play for
Yes, he
England,
said that
or
he
trying
will
to
wait
qualify.
out to play for England. So I believe he has until 2022 because his father is a UK passport holder. So we lose another one, but to greener pastures, I suppose.
All right, well, I'll give you a moment to just collect yourself.
I know.
And speak of another man from the Caribbean who's definitely playing still for the Caribbean, for the West Indies. Evan Lewis, 62 in the last game, Gaurav, and what can you tell us about the impact he could possibly have for Mumbai?
Yeah, so he was picked up by Mumbai, and obviously we have seen other players coming from other leagues not doing so well in Darcy Short. Jason Roy struggled in the last 2 games. It's not that easy to come to the IPL and start doing well, and people think that you're weak against spin and they try bowling spinners. But Lewis is so far impressed. Yes, he's been playing. He's picked on a good wicket. He's ideal for the Wankhede-like wicket.
Yeah.
He plays like Gale, lot of dot balls, lot of boundaries and sixes. If you see his strike rate, if you look at the top 5 batsmen, top 5 openers with strike rate, he's among them, like Rahul, Narine, Gale, Watson, Lewis. 159 is very good for an opener. So he started off well. And
Gee, I mean, sorry, but 160 and you're 5th on the list. It's just how the IPL has been so far.
Yeah, so it's just good for Mumbai. They're weak again in terms of finding their opening combination over the years. Now, I think they have some stability there with Lewis, and wherever Rohit wants to bat, that's his call. But at least they have Lewis for at least 14 games.
That's a good point Gaurav makes. The difficulty of it's Evan Lewis's first IPL, and the difficulty of overseas opening bats who do well in the big bash. Darcy Short had a phenomenal big bash, but Evan Lewis comes in, manages to do the job. Is there anything that's different about Lewis that have you ever bowled to Evan Lewis?
No,
not yet. But just things that you've observed that are different about Evan Lewis.
Well, I recken if you asked him, he looked a bit nervous the first couple of games. Playing for Mumbai, probably the biggest franchise of the IPL.
I think he got a poor decision also the opening day against Deepak Chahar. But yeah.
Are you speaking or?
No, go on.
A lot of nerves, a lot of pressure, expectation, playing for that franchise, and then I think he's just sort of got better and better every single game that he's played. He's got a lot of confidence in his stroke play at the moment, and I reckon he's not too far off getting an 80 or a 90 off 40, 50 balls. So.
Yeah, he strikes you as one of those.
Just getting after, he gets after it, I suppose, and that's probably where you talk about Darcy Short at the moment, struggled to get going. Was complete opposite for Evan. Yeah.
All right. Alexis, you got more for us?
Yes, we have the results for the poll. So now that we knew the little changes from the Rajasthan Royals, we had asked you, Jofra Archer in for Lachlan. Was that the right move? 65% of you said yes, and only 35% said no. So a lot of people clearly waiting to see the young Barbadian play.
I'm just trying to think, you think that their batting is something they rely on, but how much of the last game and the fact that the batting sort of fell apart has to do with, with the call that you can't let go of another batsman. You have to keep Klaasen and keep Stokes and keep Butler. Just thought steady, because sometimes recent results tend to play in your mind.
Well, I suppose that's why they've done that. I mean, it's a tough decision to drop a batsman and put an extra bowler in, especially overseas, only 4 players obviously. So it is a difficult decision. And the other thing is, you bring in a player for one game, and then straight away you drop him. That can mess with the confidence of a batsman, certainly. So that's the other thing that goes with that.
They are struggling to find their right combination. I mean, Stuart Binney got just the one game, brought Kulkarni back now.
I mean, as Sean mentioned, I think it's a tricky position, because you don't want to change too many things, because it's not just about that individual, but it also sends a wrong signal to the others as well, that you've got just 1 or 2 games to prove yourself. But having said that, I think they looked a little flat the last game. They needed some spark. I think 2 new guys, especially someone like Jofra, where everyone's waiting for him. I mean, he can just bring in that extra spark or spunk into that side where, just uplift the whole team. And I think that's what we are looking for. I thought, when you look at that squad, it looks like a good squad, but I haven't seen that spark, I haven't seen anyone.
They need big name. They need at least the big money signings, or those who they expected to.
Listen, I'm not looking at the money.
Stokes, but I'm saying they're big players for them. Unadkat, Stokes, both haven't been as good as you'd want them to be.
True, but what I'm looking for is some little bit of excitement where everyone's talking about RR. As of now, Sanju played that superb knock, but
that's just about it.
That's just about it. But look at the other franchises. You'll find innings or a bowling spell where everyone's talking about that particular player. But I think with Jofra coming in, I think that I hope that's the spark.
How big is Rahane in all this?
See, the Rahane is important. I mean, for me, this format is a captain-oriented format. So obviously, Rahane is very, very important. But again, knowing Rahane, and we all seen him, he's like, like that introvert and all that. In this format, you need a little bit of more spunk and a little bit of more action, which obviously is not what Rahane is all about.
Sure, right. Okay, let's just see if we can get a little more insight from the Rajasthan Royals camp. This is Heinrich Klaasen having some fun.
All right, I'm here with the big man, Heinrich Klaasen, and we're going to put you on the spot. I've got some high-octane questions here for you. No, I'm just pulling your leg. All right. What is your favorite shot?
There's a couple, depends you, but at this moment I'm still enjoying the slog sweep.
All right. If not a cricketer, you would be?
I would have liked to be a Formula 1 driver.
Oh, nice. You like speed, huh?
Definitely, yeah.
All right. The cricketer you look up to?
At this moment, ex-cricketer. Got a good relationship with Mark Boucher, and he's been helping me a lot. So, yeah.
All right. Cover drive, slog, or slog over mid-wicket?
Tough, yeah, I will go slog over mid-wicket.
All right. Your favorite food?
Got to be a pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
That's not very healthy, is it?
No.
A dream cricket scenario for you would be?
Winning a Cricket World Cup.
All right. Your best day on the cricket field was?
My debut a couple of months ago.
Yeah. All right. Your favorite movie character or superhero?
Tough, I will say Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. All right. And if you could change one thing about yourself? Can't think about it this long.
Stuff. Probably better English at this moment in time.
All right, on that note, I've got a little bit of a task for you, all right? You need to say the word unatkat.
Unatkat.
Okay, you got to say it really fast, 10 times. Go.
Unatkat, 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 unatkat. Impossible. Impossible.
So, Mr. Unatkat, we've changed your name a little bit, but well done. You did pretty good.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You do well under pressure. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that is when I'm at my best.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Many thanks to Rochelle Rao speaking with Heinrich Klaasen. Right, we're fast approaching the first ball, so let's just get quick predictions from the man that's worth $1 million on his prediction now. You can place your friendly bets after listening to Jimmy Faulkner. I'll save you for last, so you can take your time and think. Sean Tate, Mumbai batting first. You know all about the Rajasthan bowling. They've got Jofra. What's the score on this big ground?
I'm going to go with 175.
Yeah, just building it up a little. Yeah.
I actually made that up. I'm
175. Would you like another crack? It's not a hard question, actually.
Mumbai, I think, no, I'm going to go for 185.
All right. I'll ask you again in a minute. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Deep Das Gupta.
I tend to agree. I mean, it's a high-scoring game, good pitch, good bounce. It'll be interesting to see Jofra who's quick.
So
back of the
185,
leg bowler.
about 185 for you as well?
I think Ara is going to have a good day on the field, and I'll say 170.
Okay, 185, 170. Gaurav Sundaraman.
I'll go bang in the middle so that if they both lose, I win. 177.
Wow.
177.
Random numbers are the talk of the town. Alexis?
Do you know what? I'm going to go back with my 180 because I came close last time. Rohit
Okay.
said it's a good pitch and he says that they want to put runs on the board. So since we're staying in that average, I'm going to go with 180 again.
Very well. And now, the crystal ball himself.
He was just giving me
James
dirty
Faulkner.
looks.
I went from chocolates to ball lollies. I got spot on first innings and I was horrific second.
So your first innings again. So you're the first
Oh,
innings
well, you guys are all
specialist.
playing safe, so I'm going to go 201.
There's my
Oh!
201. That
You're not
one
bad, you're
to
not
knock it up.
What about you?
I am
What about
going for Mumbai to completely smash it out of the park. 220.
220.
That's
Wow.
100
And
runs.
if they smash it out of the park and into the crowd, catch it one-handed, and you could be the winner of the Tata Nexon Fan Catch. Check out the website for details. Download the ESPN Cricket for mobile app. 1 lakh rupees potentially to be won, as well as, if you're a lucky winner, then a beautiful new Tata Nexon. Many thanks to
Good
Sean
segue,
Tate, Jimmy
good.
Faulkner.
Good segue.
Thanks, Steve. Good presenter. Budding presenter. Budding presenter. Good presenter. We'll come back to that later. Alexis, see you. Gaurav, thank you very much. See you at halftime on ESPN Cricket for Matchday Runorder, powered by Techno Mobile. Bye-bye.